Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Alan Wake 2. When I played this a few months back, it blew me away with its... I'm realizing now I don't even know how to finish that sentence. This is one of the most impressive pieces of media ever created, in my opinion. Not only is it visually, and certainly musically, one of the most impressive things I've ever seen, but it's got this insanely complex and dense sort of meta-narrative where fiction is constantly colliding with reality and revising and changing like somebody scratching out pages in a draft. And it's actually like Christmas lights trying to untangle what is a change and what was always the case. And it kind of starts to make you wonder whether there's even any difference. It offers evidence but not answers most of the time, and well, by the end, I'm confused but fascinated by all of it. It was definitely a departure from the more straightforward, almost fantasy style of the first game, but also a return to form for Remedy, being this sort of really crazy audio-visual experience incorporating music and live action into the story. But there was a pretty sudden stop at the end, and it left a lot of people wanting more. Do you like that? Do you like what I did? But anyways, the final draft was the New Game Plus that was eventually released, and apparently it changes a few things about the story to maybe clear some things up or take it just that little bit farther. I am doing a playthrough of the final draft. I have not finished it yet. I'm recording it, but not narrating it, and eventually I'll give my thoughts on it using clips. But today, the expansion has released, the first of, I believe, two, known as Night Springs. Night Springs, of course, being the fictional show, which Alan was at one point a writer for, and of course a parody of The Twilight Zone. And, according to certain documents in Control, may actually be currently owned by none other than the FBC in order to influence public opinion regarding the supernatural. Experience the surreal strangeness of the Night Springs TV show in 3 episodic adventures that transform the familiar into the bizarre. Okay, episode 1, Number 1 Fan, 2, North Star, and 3, Timebreaker.
A fan. The dictionary definition of the word is an enthusiast, a fervent devotee, an abbreviation of fanatic. What comes across to an outsider as a dangerous obsession or even madness is something entirely different from the point of view of the fan herself. To be a fan is a joyous existence, one filled with the happiness that stems from knowing with utter clarity the purpose of your life. But what if that purpose could be more still? If you could be lifted out of the flock as your idol's chosen one, the only one who could decipher his secret messages. What lengths would you go to save the object of your obsession in Night Springs? Tonight's cult classic episode, Number 1 Fan.
Life's a funny thing. You spend all your time wishing and hoping and dreaming for something, and then, bam! Destiny shows up at your door like a mailman with a package you were pretty sure got lost because you ordered it like 6 months ago. But that's okay. When your destiny has eyes like sunsets and a beard like mahogany-colored velvet, you don't really mind how it arrives. But my day didn't start off with all that excitement. It began like any other day did for this waitress/protector of the town of Night Springs. As always, Knight's Diner was the hottest spot in town, so there was plenty of work to do.
I have a lot to say already. First of all, never thought I'd see the day when you'd be a playable character. Second, this is a familiar hallway, not used to seeing it so bright, but different. You called it Knight's Diner, not the Oh Dear, which is kind of our first hint that these are not necessarily in the same world as Alan Wake, but of course, that means very, very little here. I had also talked about how Night Springs may be under the control of the FBC and predicted that maybe that would have something to do with it, but it seems to be hosted by none other than Mr. Dorr, who I now realize I want his actor to host a Twilight Zone reboot much more than I want a Twilight Zone reboot.
No time for that. I've got customers waiting.
During the main game, we read some of your fiction in which you saved Alan from a zombie apocalypse. Maybe your fiction, your fan fiction, has come to life in some way? Oh, look at that color palette. Neon. Not a bad choice for this one.
I could live here.
It's everyone's favorite waitress.
Look who it is.
You know it.
Hi, everyone. Could I get another cup of that delicious special brew that only you know how to make? Of course. Who else wants a top up?
Me? Right here, please.
One for me, please, and thank you.
Oh yeah, we are the talk of the town.
Just grab a fresh pot.
I gotta say, Rose is the most cutely horrifying character in these games. Somehow even more so than the first one, where she was literally possessed.
3 times a day.
As you well should. Just careful with your dosage of coffee. The moose at Coffee World found that out the hard way. Here you go.
Another cup.
I would kill to have a passion like you do for that writer of yours. You two are destined for each other.
We sure are.
I agree. In fact, in high school, I was voted most likely to break both his ankles with a sledgehammer.
Hot coffee.
I heard your fan site for that writer was named best fan site in the world.
You should know, Grandma.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It wasn't easy. Here you go.
A person of your genius and grace is wasted serving coffee to us regular Joes and Joannes.
Yep.
Oh, I don't mind.
In fact, it's so wasted on you, we didn't even get to see your face from behind the back of my head.
Here's your coffee.
How do you juggle running this diner, your bird sanctuary, and that amazing fan site for the writer you love so much?
I work extremely hard, but also I'm naturally talented.
Well, heck, no wonder us regular folks can't keep up. I'll never be as successful as you.
You won't be with that attitude. Life's not a side order of hash browns, so don't expect someone to bring it to you.
Wow. That's tough, but fair. Thank you for telling me exactly what I needed to hear.
No problem.
This is actually a very choices matter type of game. If we had told her the other thing, very, very different ending to the main story. It's honestly impressive Sam Lake's dedication to this.
That's everyone's coffee. Better put this pot back.
There we are.
I loved being the very successful owner and operator of the county's most popular diner. But that was nothing compared to my grease fire of passion for the writer and his sheer literary talent, and flowing hair and lips like buttery pie crust. Pie! I need to clear the empty pie plates from the tables. Shucks.
Honestly, I'd eat here. I mean, it definitely helps that it's more or less a recreation of the diner from Twin Peaks.
I love the medium rare burgers here.
The writer lives just outside town in that mansion of his. Why don't you go talk to him?
Oh, we have our own ways of talking.
I feel like that betrays something much more, something closer to the
saw
true
news
nature
that
of
you
this.
saved every single kitten from that bear attack. Amazing.
Thanks. Those yoga lessons really paid off.
You've got a whole complex lore for yourself, don't you? Also, nice Marty McFly cosplay.
Knight's Diner going to enter the statewide pie competition this year?
Of course. We're gonna make this our 20th win in a row. Those plates won't clear themselves.
So the Dark Presence requires, like, strong creative forces in order to influence reality. But does any fiction created in its presence do this?
Exclusively eat food from this diner.
Well, that's probably why you have to keep getting new ones.
My date last night was a total bust. You're the expert on romance. Any advice?
Who are you sitting across from?
Yes. But first, tell me everything.
Long story short, she told me I dressed like a divorced gym teacher.
Well, I
It's
mean...
what's inside that matters, right?
You still have to put in some effort. If you don't have a jacket with elbow patches, buy one.
Elbow patches. Oh, got it. Thanks a million.
Don't mention it.
It's true. Elster jumped right into my arms the second I bought one. Is there one that I'm missing? Or do I just gotta bring this round back? Okay, here we go.
Better take these plates back to the service window.
Excuse me, can I borrow you?
What can I get you?
Oh. I need a good book recommendation. After all, you're the town's literature buff.
Oh, you have got to read the newest book in the Writer's Crime Trilogy. I'll grab you a copy from the back.
What kind of diner is this, and where can I find it? Literally serving you books at your table? I thought it would have been really funny if we could actually go in the back to the kitchen and find books. I mean, that's where the things we serve are, right? Employee of the Decade Award, in recognition of basically being the best at, like, everything, presented to everyone's favorite waitress. There's some of our deviant art, and I bet it does get pretty deviant. Beat Poetry Nights at Knight's Diner presents Beat Poetry Night for the literary advancement of Night Springs.
He better not crease any pages.
2 can do it. Thank you so much for taking in my 6 macaws. Oh, 2 can do it. I know you have your hands full with all the other sick birds at your bird sanctuary, but if anyone can find a cure for their rare bird lupus, it's you. Yours truly, a young girl who wants to be you someday. The only thing that hurts more than love is loving again. Love Will Hurt by America's best-selling writer. Death comes for everyone. That doesn't mean it's painless. And a man's life is ripped away. He's out to get justice and the whole city in Will Hurt.
It's me, your
Oh.
favorite writer whose voice you would recognize in your sleep. I'm in danger. Please, my #1 fan, you're the only one who can save me.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Don't worry, I'm on my way. My beloved writer was in terrible danger, and I had to rescue him. The stakes had never been higher. Luckily, I kept all my accessories in the diner's kitchen.
My mouth is hanging open like that fish. Do you think when the voice actor signed on to do the first game, he knew that this was where his career would lead him? Oh my god. He just wakes up and he's like, help, I turned myself into a fish, Rose. I'm Fish Allen. Alright, let's spring into action. Night spring into action. Come on.
My accessories. Everything a girl needed to claim victory in the battle for love.
I love this DLC.
My trusty 12 gauge, fully automatic. Extreme circumstances call for extreme shotguns.
Look at this ammo capacity.
My bolt-action hunting rifle with a gorgeous walnut stock. Deadly, and looks good doing it. Just like me.
Certainly so.
Was finally ready for a night out on the town. With danger.
Are we really not gonna grab this stuff? That's the little kid stuff. You don't have time for that. You don't even know what the danger is yet. It's like the Ghostbusters rolling out to stop Stay Puft.
The boatyard is this way! You better hurry!
Go through the boatyard. It's the shortest route.
Okay.
This was my moment, my chance to save the writer and make him realize how much he needed me. And if that's not love, I don't know what is.
We're on the diner while you're gone! And we'll be way worse at it! Helen, we all love this boat!
One waitress, one writer, forever.
Graceful enough to save.
I was leaving my old life behind, like a body left to sink in a lake so no one finds it. Nothing would get between me and my future with the writer.
Okay, but that was very specific. Oh, here's the door. A little skip as she steps in.
Now, who the heck is that?
Good question.
I knew you'd come to his rescue.
Alan, but not Alan? Do you love a man in leather? Or on a bike? That came out wrong.
Who are you? And why do you look like a slightly less handsome version of my writer?
Oh, don't you ever compare me to that worthless hack. Sure, I may be his wild and rebellious estranged twin brother, but we can't all be perfect.
Right, as I know.
No idea he had
Oh.
a brother. To think there were two of him all this time.
After today, there won't be. No more writer, no more books, no more living in his shadow.
So you're basically a downgraded Scratch.
But you're his brother. I'm sure you two can talk it out and realize you have so much in common, and after you change, you can move in together. And I'll come over with popcorn for movie nights.
He had his chance for popcorn and movie nights, but he wanted to keep everything for himself. Too bad. You know what they say? If you can't join him, beat him.
What did you do to him?
I locked Mr. Fancy Pants up somewhere you'll never find him.
You won't get away with this. I'll stop you.
Babe, I got an army of people that hate that hack almost as much as I do. They're ready to die if it stops him from writing another crappy book. What do you got?
I have a shotgun.
Well, I got a... Wait, that's a real shotgun? Okay, I admit I didn't expect that. But it doesn't matter. You can't stop all of us.
Oh my god! Ah, you had a JPEG jump scare.
Be blind to the poignance of my writer's books.
Yep.
There was only one way to deal with monsters.
Oh, I agree, Rose. Nope, you're not allowed. Oh, you're back. Come on. Boom. Are you getting up? No. Alright, let's go. We gotta utilize this automatic fire. Can we get through here? He seemed to have blazed a trail right off into the woods. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, come on. Alright, let's lure you over here. Boom!
Pressurized liquid propane.
Not quite the punch that I was hoping for, but it works for me. Oh god, wow. You guys have a bit of health, but the automatic is quite fun to use. Do not mess with me. Goodbye, Heavy. By you. Ah, that's addicting. But it was a decent portion of our ammo. Should I be bothering to scavenge? Oh, it seems like I should. Okay, let's get all this stuff, and we need to bind stuff up, but there's somebody down here. Alright, how do I quick slot you to here?
My writer's jerky twin had him locked up somewhere. A sweet, helpless prince locked in a tower. But his fan in shining armor was on her way. Luckily, one of those haters had made a hole in the fence for me.
But we are not done looking around yet. What, you don't want to try for a boat rescue? Come on, that plot element is right there. There we are. Even the soundtrack is perfect. Oh, but you guys will just keep coming. Look at all that ammo. I had no idea we had so much. Right this way. I'm sorry, I'm having way too much fun with this. Can we get just a little bit more? Why am I still playing this like survival horror? It clearly wants me to keep it moving. 187 shells.
Motorcycle had left tracks in the mud. I recognized the tread pattern immediately, thanks to my famously keen perception. The tracks would lead me right to my writer and his kidnapper. I felt like the detective from my writer's books, solving the case with my wits. All I needed now was an unlimited supply of black coffee and crippling emotional trauma caused by the untimely death of my spouse.
You mean the previous one, right? As in not Alan? Because if so, you're jumping the gun a little bit. In quite a disturbing fashion. Also, don't mind me. Also, don't mind me just casually scavenging 100 more rounds on the way. Dodge mechanics. Excuse me, can you hold still for just a moment?
Me and my writer.
There we go. This is what this was made for. Do you mean you need to reload? Okay. Back to the shotgun. Because this thing is basically making you into the Doomslayer. That guy phased through a tree. You guys at bay? Look at this gore. We just need to be closer. Is all. And stop.
Out of bullets.
Not for long. There we go. Now, what have we here? We can't be fresh out of bullets for long. Although we are going to run fresh out of inventory. Not that it really matters all that much. There we go. Oh, me and my 300 shotgun shells. I don't know if we're ready for this. You know what I need? A motorcycle of my own to keep up.
My spirit's warning, so don't mess with me.
Oop, here come the speedies. This is the first thing that's actually forcing me to retreat a bit. But not for long. Just gotta stagger you when you go to throw.
Whoops! Gotta put more bullets in.
We actually have a fork in the road here. The trail goes this way, but there's more up here. Of course Rose has time to look around a little more. Nope. Nope. This is, she is a woman of focus. Something that Spiker knows very little about. Even the game world itself is brighter. I mean, I remember coming through here and hardly being able to see. Oh, also happy I can finally run this game.
Why hadn't my writer ever told me he had a semi-evil twin brother? He must be waiting until our third or fourth date, surrounded by candles, so he could reveal this vulnerable chapter from the dramatic story of his emotionally troubled past. Oh, that man has more layers than a croissant.
I would unironically read and enjoy Rose's fanfiction. Honestly, she seems like a lot of fun. But what is this? Oh, am I doing it now? All the tears of all the angels in heaven were falling over this city. She wore the rain like a funeral shroud. She was in sad state, this city of mine. But she was still mine. The filthy prison I called home. I was there for a reason. Joe Bullets Capone. He was inside drinking champagne and throwing around his dirty money while I stood in the rain smoking a soggy cigarette. But that didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was I knew Bullets had a bad night coming his way, and he had no clue. He made me wait for it, though. My pack of cigarettes was long gone by the time Bullets staggered out the back door. I detached myself from the shadows, stepped up right beside that pathetic excuse for a man. "Long time, Joe. I realize now that this may actually be Alex Casey." Bullets looked up. His booze-soaked grin twisted into something less friendly. "You." He reached for the pistol under his jacket, a 6-shooter with slugs as big as my cigarette stubs. I'd done my homework. He barely had the piece out of its holster before I was on him. I wrestled it out of his hands, tossed it behind a dumpster. Bullets didn't like that. Gave me one right in the gut. Wind rushed out of my lungs like a soul leaving a body. Through my wheezing, I could make out the slap of boots against water. Bullets was legging it. Had to get after him. Couldn't lose him. Not when I was so close. He had info I needed. The address of the last stop for this train called Revenge. So I sucked in whatever air I could and took off after him. Through the twisting maze of alleyways. 2 rats, but only 1 cheese. I pulled out my revolver. I was playing for keeps. "Don't make this hard, Joe." I caught up to him as he was dropping down the other side of a chain-link fence. He sneered, teeth like rows of gray tombstones. He thought he was escaping. He thought he was safe. My body slammed against the fence like a bird against a window. I clutched the thin metal, scrambled over it, the jagged ends of wire ripping through the sleeves of my leather coat and biting into skin. The pain was welcome. I dropped down in the alley and ran like a panther. At every blind corner, I expected a trash can lid to the face. None came. Maybe Bullets hadn't liked what he saw in my eyes as I climbed that fence. I bet he wasn't smiling now. Then I had him. A trapped rat trying and failing to wrench a locked door off its hinges. I leveled my gun at him. "You know what I want, Joe." Bullets let go of the door handle, hands up as they'd go, beseeching a higher power not to cast him down. "Come on, man. Ain't gonna bring your wife back." "Can't hurt to try." "Talk." Yeah, sure thing, sure." Bullets lunged for his ankle. A crack of lightning from my hand as he was down in the gutter, clutching his belly. I walked over, calm as snow. I stood over him, watched his putrid blood mingle with the rivers of rainwater. "You talk, I call an ambulance." His words were having a hard time getting through the pain. "You're insane, man. Insane." I raised my gun level with his eyes. Try again. Okay. You want the big man, yeah? I know where you can find him." Blood pounded in my ears like war drums. All the killing, the sleepless nights, the booze, the countless cigarettes I smoked while ghosts swirled around me. It was all for this. The drums got louder. Bullets caught his breath, straining against the pain. Then he spilled his guts. "My #1 fan, if I don't make it, then I just want you to know that... No, I can't say it. Curse my cripplingly sensitive artistic nature." I left the alley, told a waiter on the curb that a guy had been shot. Didn't care what he did with that information. I had what I needed. So I'm getting that, okay, this probably is an Alex Casey novel, or thereabouts, written by Alan with a hidden message for me within. Incredible. And Rose, you've nothing to say about this. This really was just a side attraction. Did I miss something? Who am I kidding? This is exactly that kind of writing. Well, back on the trail of our lost lover.
The motorcycle tracks ended at a cabin. Was my rider inside?
Hello? Isn't anyone gonna rescue this poor little rider? Hello? Is anybody there? I'm just a frail rider and I require aid.
He's inside!
I don't know. He has a twin brother who sounds a lot like him. Could this be a trap?
finally be together and sit through beat poetry readings and drink $18 cocktails and have high tea with the queen.
Wait a minute. My writer only drinks coffee. 2 sugars, no milk. I keep all the mugs.
Okay, no more tricks.
Aha!
I'll be waiting upstairs.
Life is not unlike a highway. Muscles don't cry, they sweat. You can tell his voice actor is having a tremendous amount of fun with this too, and I love it. This is just getting me giddy. Do you have a flashlight, Rose? You do not.
Where are you?
I was never upstairs. I lied when I said there were no more tricks.
You're starting to piss me off, mister. Where is my writer?
I'm just having a little fun. Let's chat down at the beach. It's just out the back.
First, he kidnaps my writer. Then he calls him a tea drinker? He had crossed the line. I was going to go to that beach and give this jerk the scolding of a lifetime.
I am actually crying right now. This is so freaking funny. Torture ideas for hack brother. Car battery, solid potential. Pulling fingernails, too messy. The bell. Where do I get a bell? Blunt spoon, nice and simple. Dismantle typewriters, A+ psychological damage. Gasoline and fire. Fire might burn my cabin down. Oh, he's been putting thought into this, even bought property for it.
I guess writing doesn't run in the family.
Brothers, the moon can only shine when the sun is gone. The night can only come when the day is done. Can the sea ever meet the ocean? That actually has... Hang on, wait, gotta change gears. That has much more disturbing implications in the overall narrative.
Running with wolves seems like a dangerous hobby.
Oh god, he's a self-proclaimed alpha male? That is the icing on the cake. Not this beach, but this beach.
I have to get down to that beach and get my writer back.
Yet no one can argue that Remedy doesn't produce art. There you are.
Hey, me and my bike were just enjoying the view.
Where is my writer?
What do you even see in that crybaby? He's boring, he dresses like a nerd,
Hush your mouth! He is a stylish intellectual who is in touch with his feelings.
You're starting to cramp my style, babe. And I'm not telling you where he is.
What did he ever do to you?
I already told you that? At the boatyard? I feel overshadowed by success, like he's taking everything I can compete.
Oh, right. I remember now. It's a self-confidence thing.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that.
You are going to tell me where he is, or else.
Or else what, babe?
You asked for it. You're rude, you have no manners, your too cool to care attitude is attractive initially, but drives people away after they realize you're emotionally incapable of letting your walls down to reveal that you are a vulnerable human being just like everybody else. You are trying way too hard with that outfit.
No, stop! I don't like being seen! Listen, I never had your precious writer. I was just keeping you distracted while my army of haters storms his mansion. Now the love of your life is doomed. Doomed!
Oh, here we go. It's your army of haters.
Even with my famously keen perception.
Yep. The thing is, it clearly has a place here because... See, the thing is, the reality beyond the veil of this is starting to become more apparent. Even if it's only in subtle ways, you can see that something is clearly bleeding through. And we're gonna find out that maybe this is a distraction in more ways than one. Oh, there you are, taking off again. Right, is there another one? I hear more. There you are. The gore is still as tough as ever, and you guys definitely... You're said to just be an army of haters, but you resemble Taken. Which kind of makes me wonder if you're not totally slaying real demons right now. I mean, look, you were clearly under some sort of influence for the entire 13 years that Alan was gone. Maybe that's still the case? Oh, I just noticed your apron is covered in blood. Or, I guess, uniform, and the apron's part of a uniform. What am I talking about? I've got a kill. Ow. Didn't think you'd be able to hit me at that angle. The slowness is killing me. The slowness is really killing me. Excuse me, sir. Oh, never mind. You really are the army of haters. Okay, let's do some sniping now that we've got some distance. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, it's not the final draft. And besides, that's really more on the editor. The only thing that could have made this better is playing as Barry in one of these. And even though we're doing fine, no reason not to stock up, we should also probably heal right about now. You know, since we just have so many pills. Oh, baby.
I knew you, my #1 fan, would never fall victim to my twisted brother's lies. His hatred for me is as inexplicable as the sunrise, and just as fiery. But I knew your heart would never waver. You're the only one who can save me. I believe in you.
My rider believed in me. We were kindred spirits. We fit together like a bicycle chain and that spiky wheel thing the chain fits into. We were connected by love and destiny. He was meant to be mine, always and forever. There was no time to lose. I was the only one who could save the writer and the very soul of literature from these evil haters. The fate of all art rested on my shoulders. The stakes had never been higher.
I just love it when writers just say, screw it in all aspects. Whatever the most crazy, awesome, hilarious thing is, they just go ahead and do it. You're literally called the bad boy. It's like being in a Twin Peaks love triangle. And this is... are you James or Bobby?
If I have to stop you myself, I will. Unlike him, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
Whoa! Okay, no, now you're like more actually Taken. And your voice has changed. Oh, but you're firing literal hearts at me. Okay, I think what we need to do is drop some of these things, these explosive canisters, and get you to do stuff like that. You're not that complicated. Okay, so we can damage you normally. Ow. Come on, heal. Well, dodge out of the way. There's even hearts in the clouds. Well, I suppose there's always hearts in clouds, but you get the idea. Okay, getting close to you is the hard part. I love how there's an ammo box over there, you know, just in case we run out. Also, I'm really glad you're expositing on your own character archetype. Oh yeah, they were like, yep, listen.
No, but that won't stop me.
This voice acting.
Oopsies. Can't forget the bullets.
Alright, I've got your patterns down.
My watch is the right. Change, but this is ridiculous.
We're just breaking through to the center of your soul and finding your soft interior, which I believe is kind of displayed by this, even in spite of being a show of viciousness. Also, I love how Remedy were like, listen, we made this wolf model, we're gonna use it more than we did. Joke's on you, you're showing me where you are. Ugh.
I condone animal cruelty, but you've given me no choice.
You know how it is. Where are you at?
Bullets o'clock.
Rose, why do you unironically have the best reload lines? Oh, more than one! There's just another one here. Oh, your motorcycle turned into a wolf and attacked us. Oh, I beg to differ. Case in point, Elster. Yep. Alright, at a certain point, I'm gonna need you to slow down. And that's that. You are vanquished, sir. Oh, wow, that's a lot of blood.
Go ahead. Finish me off.
I'm not going to kill you. You're my darling writer's brother.
You really do love him, huh? I guess I never even had a chance. I was just jealous of his talent, his money, his velvety hair. But mostly, that he's got the love of somebody as amazing as you.
Oh, you silly werewolf. You could have all those things too. You just need to stop wanting to be him and start wanting to be you.
Your words have shown me that it wasn't my brother I hated. It was myself. Oh, what have I done? Those haters will tear him apart, and it's all my fault. Please, go save him.
Oh, I intend to.
Do you maybe want to help? I mean, from the look of that blood, you may very well already be dying, but, you know what? You're right, I'll take this one. What else is new? Ooh!
Very rude. Did someone order a reckoning? Get published!
I want a Tremors game where we play as Rose. That would make my life. Alright, this way. Step right up. This environment is perfect for the shotgun. Oh wow, you took a lot of punishment. Excuse me while I load up a little more. Thank you. You know, being patient is very important when you're waiting for your coffee. Let's just stock up a little bit more. Oh wow, your body is actually so huge and hulking, it's stopping me from moving forward. For contributions to art and artistry across the globe, the recipient is hereby recognized as a champion of literature. Or perhaps a champion of light, who embodies all the spiritual and physical qualities valued in one pursues the art of writing. Presented by the Society of High Art. Are these deliberate grammar and typo errors? Get well soon card, dearest brother. News reached me that your journey across Europe has taken a turn for the worse. I was utterly and completely devastated to hear you've been afflicted with a serious case of lycanthropy while riding your motorcycle through the Nordics. I know we haven't spoken in years, but please know that my thoughts are always with you, my dear monozygotic sibling. Please contact me upon your return to America. Until then, I hope this card finds you well on your way to speedy recovery. Dearest regards, your brother. P.S. Due to your roadbound lifestyle, I do not know where to send this card. I have written this message as a symbol of my fraternal love, and I shall leave it upon my mantle in the hopes that one day you shall read it. Oh, such a humble and caring brother. Hey, more shotgun! Now, let's keep having a look around. Maybe there's more to see. You know, leaving all this around just in case I happen to be running low. Nothing back here, but is it just me, or is the last time I saw this little Christmas tree in a cell in the Panopticon? Okay, we're still full up on shotgun ammo. I guess she's got a lot of room in the pockets of her apron. Look at that giant log you were swinging. Wow, you're still alive?
What idiot buys this trash?
All being very rude. My gun's hungry.
You know, Rose, one of the things I like most about you is just how delightfully psychotic you are in this game. All cheery and bubbly even while all this is going on. Now you're putting it to the test and coming out crazier than ever.
So don't mess with
Whoop!
Whoops. Gotta put more bullets in.
Of course, a lot of things in this game land differently now that I've
Ryder
played...
isn't going to kiss himself. I mean, save himself.
Well, Rose, if you'll give me a moment... Certain things in this game land a bit differently now that I played Control. And I know where that door leads. Question is, will we be able to get back out? Well, hopefully there's a light switch cord nearby. Ideas for next book. Invented murder weapons. Stapler, lawn gnome, swordfish. Philosophy. Escalate the crime. Plunge the depths of humanity's darkness. A murder religion? Like perhaps a cult of the word? Hero's motivation? A rival private eye? His wife returns from the dead only to be killed a second time? Too much? Not enough?
I don't have time.
A waitress character, shut up.
And decor.
A waitress character who is intelligent, sophisticated, and good with a weapon. Smells like cinnamon and gunpowder. Wait! It's like, hang on, whoa! It's like, okay, you're a huge fan of Alan, but you, in your fanfic about you and him, you are writing Alan Wake 2. Oh, I thought those were ashes. Lavender salts. Hair beard regimen twice a week. Wash thoroughly with cold water. Gently pat dry with high thread count towel. Brush 3 times with honeycomb, bought locally at the farmer's market. Apply shampoo to dry hair. Rinse with cold water. Gently pat dry with high thread count towel. Condition often. General rules. Never wear hats. Once a month, rub 3 mixed eggs bought locally at the farmer's market into damp hair, scalp, and beard. Avoid chlorine, heat, and inexperienced barbers. I love how you've repeatedly gone into how amazing his hair and beard are, when in this he's the most unkempt we've ever seen him.
And there he was. After all the fighting, we were finally alone. Together. Our love was written in the stars. And so we danced like 2 spinning planets that would eventually crash into each other in a dazzling display of flames and rocks and other planet stuff. He told me all the sweet things I'd been waiting a lifetime to hear. I saw myself reflected in his eyes. I would always be at his side, to inspire and protect him. He needed me, now and forever. After all, I am his #1 fan.
A fan and the object of her joy come together against a world trying to keep them apart. A happy ending for some. But is happiness, like beauty, all in the eye of the beholder? Where is the line between fandom and fixation? One can never tell in Night Springs.
Yes, indeed. From her perspective, it seems to be an open and shut happy ending. Oh, here we go with the licensed songs. Or actually, I'm pretty sure they're all created for the game, which is awesome. But yeah, right at the end there, we got that little hint that, yeah, this may actually be influencing the events of the main game. Maybe this is before. Like, maybe that's the reality that Rose was holding on to in the lead up to Saga finally arriving and kind of taking it from there. I mean, she was clearly deep, deep in delusion by the time we arrived, but this seems a lot like how she felt. I've always thought that, you know, the original game feels so, like, high concept and fantasy compared to the much more, like, grounded and dark and somewhat realistic tone of the second game. It's almost like Alan was in his own Night Springs episode there, like we were seeing a very dramatized perspective, while when we became Saga, it was much more objective. Also, don't think I didn't notice he was wearing his Alan Wake 1 jacket at the end there. Which I guess makes sense, that's the last time Rose saw him at that point. I may end up releasing these one at a time as sort of short double uploads on the same day as other things, and if that's the case, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.